Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we have a quorum. We can get started.
All right.
First, Aaron, how you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. A little run down today, but doing all right. Sinus headache. That's my big thing.
All right. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? And do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion, Andy.
Second, Aaron.
Thank you. Have we received any public comment?
Not that I am aware of. Nobody reached out and wished to speak at today's meeting.
Okay, moving on to Secretary's report. Aaron?
All right. Right now, there are 195 blighted properties on the blighted property list. The redevelopment authority filed condemnation action against 25 of the blighted properties on Monday. So we're going to start working on those. We'll get the authorization to post those here later this week. And then we're going to start working on the acquisition list for another 15 to be filed later this fall. So we'll start that process here later this week, early next, to identify another, hopefully 15 properties.
Wow, that's 40 for a year. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then we've got to start quickly working on another list for springtime next year. So
All right, have we received any correspondence?
nothing to date.
Old business.
All right, so we have one property for blight rescission, 1253 East 26th Street, which is a Erie Land Bank demo that was acquired through condemnation last year.
Mike, that's been all graded and seeded?
Yeah, there should be a picture there. I don't know if you got it here, and I sent it to you.
Hold on,
Okay.
this is not from my desktop, is slowing me up a little bit this morning.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're with the remote connection. Slows you down.
See that?
Yeah.
So, and then the land bank is going to replace the sidewalk on that property from lot line to lot line, since it is a heavily traveled corridor to the local Walmart.
Has the neighbors there shown interest in the lot?
We did. We've already approved the sale of the property to an adjoining property owner. I believe the one there to the east of the property. We've had good success lately. We've been with the addition of Mindy into the office, sending out letters to owners prior to demolition has allowed us to get some interest prior to actually demolishing them. So a lot of our demolitions, we have approved proposals to sell them prior to it actually being demolished.
That's good.
Mindy just chimed in the chat. I don't know if you saw. She said the sidewalk was just replaced recently.
Oh, awesome.
Very good. Do I have a motion to rescind?
I'll move.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, new business. Michael? I see you
Okay,
got
thank you.
5.
Yes, we have 5 today. First up, 3916 Rice Avenue. We've been receiving a ton of calls about this. It is vacant. Apparently, Steve Yurkowitz has spoken with the brother of the sister there's a woman that owns this property. She moved in 3 houses down with her mother to help take care of her mother. And then the brother was actually kind of coming and mowing, and he doesn't want anything to do with this property now. The woman who owns it just pretty much uses it as a hoarder house. Those are her brother's words. She just, puts packages and things in there and leaves it in there. The garage is collapsing. It's vacant, abandoned. We just filed a lien today to have the grass cut. The utilities are on and the taxes are current, but we've sent notices out in July of 19, June of this year, July of this year, and August of this year. She was just cited at the beginning of this month. We're waiting for the results of that. She was cited previously in 2019, but that was right in the height of COVID. So the judge just kept giving continuance after continuance after continuance for almost 8 months before we had a hearing. And then it was withdrawn, and we were told to update the case and update it because COVID was kind of just lifting. It's in a kind of built up area. There's siding missing. The garage is my biggest concern. It's vacant, unoccupied, and it doesn't seem to be like anyone's taking care of it. And the owner has been completely unresponsive, even though she lives in the neighborhood. We just can't get anything out of her. We're waiting to see if she shows up for her hearing with the most recent citation.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
Second?
I'll second.
Aaron. Oh, I'll give it to Dave.
Thank you, Dave. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
So next, we have 939-941 East 8th Street. So this one takes a little bit of explaining because there are two properties with the same address, which is why I want to be clear that this is for parcel 2043-239. It is, it's like kind of landlocked. The only access to it is by an alley. And it caught fire earlier this summer. It's an electrical fire that's had been put out. And I think there was a previous fire before that. Down this alley, there are 2 collapsing garages across the street from each other that are dangerous. One belongs to a property that we're already taking. It is in the condemnation process on East 8th Street. And this one is across from it. The only thing that's on this parcel is just a garage where the roof has collapsed. And it's since caught fire since even after this picture. Excuse me. I tried to get decent pictures to show the committee, but it's so overgrown, it's hard to see. But you can see the top of it where the electric line came in is where it caught fire. There's an electrical fire, and I think there's been 2 fires there. The power meter has been removed and the power is dead. We have cases back to this with the original owner back to 2010. We had several notices and citations sent to the original owner, and then it was sold. And then we started our new case with the recent owner, November of 2021. And there was notices sent in November of 21, May of this year. They were cited earlier this month, and we're waiting for the results of that, the outstanding results of that. It is behind on taxes back to 2018. So I'm thinking it will be on the judicial sale this year. Excuse me, but it's a small amount owed on taxes. So it could be pulled at the last minute. I'm hoping we can get something done before then. But it's a dangerous situation. And people are, because it's right off the alley, people are pulling up in the alley and dumping things there right on the alley and in front of this property.
Do I have a motion to blight?
So moved, Aaron.
Second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, next we have 715 West 4th Street. This original case goes back to January of 2019. This was recently sold. This was sold in January 21 off of a quick claim deed. It was owned by some type of finance company, and then it was sold from a quick claim deed. This one has become another local dumping ground. There are back taxes owed to 2021 over $2,000. There are constantly people breaking into here, and cops are called to remove them. The water has been off since April of this year, and there's over $8,000 owed for water and sewer and garbage on the property. There's no electric. It is vacant. It is, I would consider it abandoned. We've sent notices to the previous owner and citations of the previous owner in January of 19. Excuse me. And then with the current owner, we've sent notices in March of March of this year, June of this year, and July of this year. There's water, there's going to be a water lien filed on it, and there's water accounts owed on both floors because it's a duplex. And the owner has been non-responsive. A repair demo order was issued July 15th of this year, which has since passed with no response to it.
Do I have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
Thank you, Dave. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Aaron. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
So next we have 958 West 28th Street. This is a fire that I've been trying to have something dealt with for over a year now. The owner has been somewhat responsive and stopping in and talking to me and speaking to me on the phone, but nothing he has said has come to fruition. There was a fire that started in the bedroom, upstairs bedroom, and took out the majority of the west side of the house. There's a repair demo order issued in June of last year, August of last year, and May of this year. There is water on, but there's no power, which is typical in a fire, kind of like we'll pull the electric meter and cut the power. The owner had initially said he was waiting on an insurance claim to do any of the repairs. And then I found out that part of the insurance was paid, claim was paid, but they're still arguing about another amount. So 75% was paid and he's waiting on 25%. But based on what he told me and what was received, there should have been more than enough to take care of either demolishing or repairing the structure, and it hasn't happened. There are back taxes owed to 2021 over $4,000. The electric's been off since the fire, which was February 26th of last year. And I've spoke with him several times and he keeps saying he's going to get it demolished and gives me a date, and it comes and then nothing happens. Happens again. And then just recently I talked to him earlier this month, and now it's changed and he's going to sell it. And there's somebody that he knows that wants to buy it and rehab it, which is, if that is the case, I'm still requesting a blight designation from the committee to make sure these repairs are done, even with the new owner, so that we're not back at square one dealing with this house for a year or two with the new owner. Even though I mentioned this to him last time I spoke to him, even though you might be waiting on this or that to do the repairs, you can still maintain the property and cut the grass and clean up the junk and debris, which isn't happening. So I'm hoping a blight designation will show him how serious we are with this and push him to get something done, as we received tons and tons of calls about this property.
All right, do I have a motion to blight?
Motion to blight, Aaron.
And I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
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 And then lastly, we have 931 East 24th Street. So this owner, we've tried to reach out to them a couple times at a couple different addresses, and both of our attempts have been returned. The most recent one we had was a Titusville address, so they're not local. But this is another area where people are trying to build up their houses and bring them back to life. And we get tons of calls and complaints on this one. High grass, rodents in the back. The garage has no door and the roof is compromised. It has back taxes on it back to 2019. It was sold in 2013 off of a tax deed. So it was taken and sold on taxes, and then it was sold again in 2018 off of a tax deed. And it's probably headed to another tax sale upcoming, since there's over $6,000 owed on it. There's also a water lien on it for unpaid water bills, and the water's been off since January 14th of 2021. There is no electric. The electric meter's been pulled. We've sent notices with the previous owner in 2011 and 2012. And the previous owner was cited in 2012, but then withdrawn because the property was sold. We sent notices to the new current owner in July of last year and July of this year with no response to either. The ones we sent most recently were returned to sender with undeliverable, unforwarded address. We tried to find another address for them online and sent notices as well, and the same result. It was returned undeliverable and unable to forward. We simply can't find this owner, and we can't get them to respond. We're in the process of filing a lien now to at least cut the grass. But there are a lot of houses around here the owners are working hard in improving their house and taking care of their lawn, and we get a lot of calls on this one as well.
Do I hear a motion to Blake?
So moved, Selena.
Second.
Second. Sorry.
Thank you, Angela. All in favor, say aye.
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 And those are my properties this month. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Nothing else? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Aaron.
Second.
Thank you. Aaron and David, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Everyone have a good weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Next month.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.